Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Let's Play Planet Coaster Christmas Wonderland here on Theme Park Worldwide. And of course there's not long to go until Christmas itself, and it's really great to hear in the comments that you've all been enjoying this series. It's been getting you all in the festive mood, and that is what the series has been all about. So thank you so much to all of you that have watched the series so far. Here we are, episode 8, and I'm going to be working on this themed area here that we started in the last episode. I put in driving home for Christmas, which was the car ride, various different buildings and shops to create like a street where people would live, but of course they're not really living there. It's just a themed area of the park that's kind of themed around this Christmas fair that's come to town. We've built the town, now it's time to build the Christmas fair itself, and that's what we're going for here. I've already installed the breakdance up there on the right hand side. I put that in episode 7, and I've just put in, as you can see, a nice classic sizzler has gone in there as well, a nice twist. So I thought, yeah, let's put that in, and as another classic fairground ride. What I thought, you know what, that's come to town for Christmas, it'd work really well inside this area. So yes, you're going to see this area completed here in episode 8. You can see I'm just looking at other rides to put in. I thought, you know what, let's go and have a nice afterburner in there as well. So yeah, let's go and put that in. I thought, yeah, it's another fairground classic, let's get that installed. I then was looking at other flat rides. I thought, oh, should we put in the little children's pirate themed ride? Then I thought, nah, let's not go for that. So you'll see that I actually go for a balloon ride. I select just here as the one that I thought would fit in the best with the area. Just clearing some of the terrain there to make sure it fits in well. And that's the 4 different flat rides that will form part of this fair what's come to town. And as you can see, I've already put a pathway on the left there that's going to extend out to what will be the final area of Christmas Wonderland, and I've got it in my head what I want to do. I'm going to be working on that across the next 2 episodes, the final 2 episodes in this epic Christmas Wonderland series. But as I did mention in episode 7, there is another series of Planet Coaster that's going to be coming straight after this one, the following Wednesday, for you to all look forward to in the new year. So make sure you stay tuned for that here on Theme Park Worldwide. But yeah, as you can see, we're going to start putting in the queue lines here for these rides, work on some more of the terrain all the way around there to separate it off from the final area that I'm going to be building. But more about that later on in the episode. How are we all doing then in terms of preparing for Christmas? Let me know in the video comments. Are you excited? Are you going to be getting any theme park related Christmas presents this year? Or have you bought anybody in your family or friends any theme park related Christmas presents? Let me know in the video comments. Maybe some of you have had some of the new Theme Park Worldwide merchandise. I would love to know down in the comments, so let me know. And of course, I may as well mention it here as well. Because I know a lot of you have been really enjoying having personalised video messages. That is something what I do. I do cameo messages, completely personalised. I know quite a lot of people have had them for like stocking fillers for Christmas and that sort of thing. So if you know anybody who's a big fan of Theme Park Worldwide and who wants a personalised video message, you can order those down below in the video description. It'll take you to my cameo page where I can do those and give a bit of a personal Christmas message to the person that you love, or family or friend, whoever it is. If they love Theme Park Worldwide, treat them to one this Christmas. I'm sure they'd really appreciate it, and of course it really helps me keep the channel running, and of course look forward to next year bringing you lots more content from theme parks all around the world. As you can see then here, working on the trees now all around the back of the area there and around the sides, just to make sure that it's blocked in nicely. You know me, I like to separate the areas off well. But like I say, this all forms the biggest area of the park actually, right at the back here. The street that we put in with driving home for Christmas, and then these 4 different flat rides that have gone into place here as well. You've just seen I've put the funfair style screen at the back there of the breakdance. The good thing is you can customize that. I decided just to put it blue with some clouds on because I'll probably add some Christmas lights to that later on and make it look a bit more festive, because there's going to be quite a bit of lighting. I'm going to put some special effects on some of these rides as well, so you will see that shortly. A big part of this area as well, I wanted to cover over some of the queue lines just so not everything's exposed. I've tried my best with queue lines to put them in buildings or at least cover them over for most of the rides in the park. It's the same with this area. Want to make sure that they're covered over a little bit because of the cold temperatures that will be at this park if it was real. We've changed the colours of some of the rides. You can see the breakdance has been like with a blue theme on there, changed to that. We've gone with like a pinky purple style theme with the balloon ride, and also the Sizzler, that's more of a dark purple. Then we've gone for green and yellow for the Afterburner. So yeah, some different colours for all of these rides. Like I say, the idea of this is a travelling fair has come to this town for Christmas. That is the theme of the area. So it's not particularly going to be really heavily themed. It's more just going to be look beautiful, look nice, you know, to fit in with the rest of the park. But yeah, it's like this travelling fair has come to town. So you can see we're just putting in some more of these covered queue line areas, the covered buildings here, just to keep guests nice and warm in there. Of course, need to move the trees at that point as well, because they were inside the building. And we're going to put all the windows on these. We're going to put Christmas lights on all these different buildings as well, just so it looks good at night. But already 6 minutes into the episode, and it's looking good, this area. You know, it's nothing too complex, this. I mean, you've seen me do some massive theming projects over the years. In the 4 years that I've been bringing Planet Coaster to Theme Park Worldwide here on YouTube. And I've loved every minute of it. I love every minute I do my YouTube channel. I really do. And 2021, we've got some big plans for the channel, me and Charlotte, and let's hope that all of that can come to fruition. Of course, we were really hoping to do some different things this year, and then of course COVID came along, so let's hope next year is going to be better. I'm not expecting things to be as busy in the first part of the year as they normally would be. Anybody who's watched the channel for a long time will know that I like to try and do a big trip somewhere in January. It's just such a bland and boring month, isn't it, January? I like to try and do a big trip, bring loads of content for you all, and sort of keep the spirits up, keep the spirits high after a wonderful Christmas. Unfortunately, this year, a lot of the European parks are closed. In fact, most of them are. We can't travel to the USA. Even over there, quite a few parks are closed, like California's all still shut down and has been for most of the year. We're very lucky in this country to have actually had theme parks. California, things have been shut since March. You know, it really is sad for them. It's crazy, it really is. And obviously that was my big trip I did in January this year. I went to California a few years ago, did Dubai, did Florida in January, done quite a bit of stuff, but unfortunately, it's not the case this year, for next year, January. So we'll make the best of it, though. Fingers crossed when March comes round, the world's a better place, things are starting to get better, and we can hope for next year. But behind the scenes here at Theme Park Worldwide, there's a lot of planning going into the videos for next year. And even if I can't go ahead with them as planned early in the year, let's hope for the second half of 2021 that I can go ahead with those. It's really full steam ahead next year. Lots planned that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you all. So of course we've switched to night mode just here now. That's the beauty of Planet Coaster. You can just switch between whatever day time you want. You can have it in the daytime, you can have it at night time. You can just set it to a certain time so it always stays light or it always stays dark. And of course that's great for when you're building things as well. It's nice to actually be working on this park with it still open to guests. You've probably noticed lots of staff here at the park making their way through these pathways in the new area already, since I connected up the two areas down at Candy Cane Lane and of course the Christmas street that I put in. A lot of staff have been using that path, but of course in a few minutes we'll be able to open this up to guests and they'll be able to enjoy the second to last area that's going to be built here at Christmas Wonderland. I've really enjoyed doing something festive in the run up though to Christmas, doing it every week on a set day. I've really enjoyed doing actually. It's something that I couldn't do in the main season because, as of course you all know, I like to get out there to the theme parks, and you know, having a set day for Planet Coaster just wouldn't work in the main part of the season. I haven't got the time to commit in the rest of the year for it. However, I can do a series, it's just not going to be on set days. However, the next series will continue to be on a Wednesday because that's going to take us through the first couple of months of 2021, and I've got something really exciting planned for the series. I'm looking forward to sharing more details about that. Some more lighting then going into this area, the Christmas town that we've been working on here. I looked at all sorts of different street lights and I thought let's go for these little ones that just sort of sit at the side of the pathways. And you can see we've put them festive archways in that are various different colours. I mentioned in episode 7 how I wanted this area to be really colourful. You've got to think, you know, the rest of the area where the street is, everything's done very classy Christmas, as I would say. All the lights are in white, there's no coloured lights. It's all done very, very sort of clean and professional. Whereas with this, the plan was to go to town, the fairs come in, you know, there's lights absolutely everywhere, coloured lights flashing on loads of different sequences and stuff. And that was the idea of this, you know, go for more of that style of Christmas, and that's exactly what I've done with the Christmas lights around here. We're now going to do that with the parkans and other lights. So we're putting the blues there all around the breakdance, the pink lights there going in the balloon ride. Of course, I like to hide the lights. If you know you're not going to be changing the colours of them, you can hide them away, because of course if you hide them away you can't select them individually in the game. You'd have to like demolish the ride or building or remove the terrain to actually find where the light's hidden. But when you know you're not going to definitely change the colours, that's absolutely fine, and you can just do what I'm doing here and hide them away into the terrain. But you know, it's nice to keep your options open. If you feel like you're going to be doing events at parks and stuff, of course this park is one big event, it's themed around Christmas, but if you're going to do like a Halloween or Christmas event in a normal park, you want to keep your lights, what you'd like to maybe change, accessible, because then you can change them for the different seasons. Of course that's something what you can do in the game, do Halloween events, Christmas events, whatever you like to, but the guests will still wear shorts even at Christmas, like they are of course in Christmas Wonderland here. Love a good truss. Like, I'm a big fan of truss, and that's what's going into place just here. We're going to put 4 of the moving headlights just underneath there. There's also going to be 4 parkans on there as well. So we're literally attaching them all onto the truss, having different colours. And the good thing is you can program them, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think they really need programming, so to speak, with the actual sequences that they're going to do on the rides. But I thought we can just set them so they're all flashing and doing different things. Like the parkans are going to flash the same colour, and the moving heads underneath, I've changed the colours there, and they're just going to keep panning round in a circle. And the idea is with this, it's not just going to be there like a random disco in the snow. Oh no, they're going to be put on some of the rides. So the plan is to add some here over at the breakdance, and you can see me just putting them in there. I know that some of you have been having issues in terms of, you know, you don't know how to place objects. Like I'm putting that onto the actual ride there, it's not letting you do it. It's so easy. If you just go into the game settings, you can just change like the scenery, ride collision, and you can place things on top of rides and all sorts. You can, like, if I really wanted to, I could have the terrain going up through that ride. You know, I wouldn't do that because it's not realistic, but you can do anything pretty much in this game if you want to. You've just got to change your settings. Love a bit of fuego, bit of fire, so that was the plan. Add some flame machines over on the breakdance. I've done a few breakdances now, not in the UK unfortunately, but abroad, that I've got fire on, and I thought, yeah, let's do that here. We're going to have 2 flame machines on the truss, and then there's going to be a truss in the middle with a bauble in, which you can see there, and then I'm going to hide the flame machine into it. And the good thing is with Planet Coaster, we can actually synchronize these effects with the ride, so you can see later on in the video at the end how these work. But I've basically set it so at 2 points during the ride cycle, the flames will all come into force on there and create a pretty cool effect for people both on the ride and also off the ride as well. You can see me just moving that truss across now there over onto the Sizzler and putting them on there as well. And of course, we've got some effects on the breakdance, so I thought, wow, let's go for something on the Sizzler. Let's not have fire, let's have some other form of pyrotechnics. So, of course, you've got all the fireworks that are available in the game. You've got these small little bits of pyro there that come in the boxes. So I thought, let's attach them on. We'll put one in the middle of the Sizzler. Can't say I've ever seen a Sizzler like that with pyro on, but if there's anybody that owns one who's watching this video, why not give it a go? I'm sure you could get by somehow if you made it safe and raised it up in the middle. And then we're also going to put 2 on the truss at either side there of the Sizzler as well. Now, of course, let's talk about names, shall we? Of course, yes, we've got to name some attractions. So in episode 7, I asked for you to name the chairlift, which still isn't open yet. You've got to bear in mind that's going to connect this area over with the final area that I'm going to be building in the next episode. But yes, I have selected a name for the chairlift, and a big thank you to Coaster Kaz for the name for this one, who's come up with Merry Flights. So I thought that was a great name. So thank you very much for coming up with that one, Coaster Kaz. It's Merry Flights for the chairlift name. And also as well, the breakdance, of course, that was already installed in the previous episode, number 7. So yes, I've picked a name for that. Loads of fantastic suggestions, as always. Honestly, like, you guys are amazing when it comes to naming attractions, and I like building them. I love picking your names for them. Honestly, it's amazing. I really enjoy reading through them. So thanks to Eric Couts for this one. We're calling it Rockin' Robin. Yeah, I thought that'd be good. Rockin' Robin, because of course the gondolas do rock side to side and all the way round, and of course robins are very festive. So yeah, Rockin' Robin is the name for the breakdance. And talking of that, I've just added some stars, some more Christmas lights onto there to make it look a bit more festive. It's looking good though now, this area, very much like a classy fun fair, I'm going to call this, you know, with all the nice lighting around. We've got the big spotlights going up into the big beams up into the sky, putting some Christmas trees around now. It's coming together nicely, but of course we still need names for the 3 other rides in this area. So we've got the balloon ride needs a name, the Sizzler needs a name, and also the Afterburner as well. So 3 more rides for you to name. Get commenting. We don't really need storylines, so to speak. They are only flat rides, but let's get some 3 fantastic names for those: the balloon ride, the Sizzler, and also the Afterburner. I will really want to see 3 fantastic names for them, and I'm sure they will be, to get them coming in over the next few days. And of course they will be revealed in next Wednesday's episode, the second to last episode in this series of Christmas Wonderland. And of course that'll be the last episode before Christmas itself, and then there'll be one final episode, number 10, which will be taking place just before New Year's Eve, before we move into 2021 and leave this year behind us. I'm sure there's plenty of us that, pretty much most of us, I'm sure, are looking forward to leaving this year behind us. Honestly, next year, things can only get better, right? We can hope. As you can see, I'm just putting in a little bit of an extension to the Candy Cane Lane area there now, with the lighting all the way up, just so it fits in nicely along that area. That's the main path that leads up into the Christmas town that we've put in. Of course, we've got the town fair as well, and there it is. We've got the nice town fair entrance sign, the big beams going up into the sky, and of course the 4 different flat rides that form part of that area, and not forgetting driving home for Christmas as well, which we put in the previous episode. And there we are, 17 minutes in, this build's complete for this part of the park. And it's not been really a complex one to build this, it's more been about making it just look nice and festive. But with it being a travelling fair, and with these being travelling rides, it wasn't hard to really achieve the effect for this one. Very simple build compared to some of the things I've done in the past, but sometimes you don't need to have the most complex builds and loads of scenery to make a nice area. This does exactly what it says on the tin. It's a Christmas town fair, and that's exactly what I wanted, you know, to look a bit more temporary than the rest of the park, to kind of fit in with this whole vibe that we've created here down the back. Of course, a little bit of on-ride footage there. There's the Afterburner that needs naming. You've just seen some on-ride footage from the balloon ride as well. Get your names coming in for that. But yeah, looking really good. All the lights that you can see on there as well. What's great about the big sky beams there, you just see them shining onto the ride there. That's really nice effects. Oh, and there's the fire going there. Awesome. Over on Rockin' Robin. Brilliant name. And of course, we've got the flame effect in the middle there as well. And all the stars and other bits of lighting on the back. And you see what I mean by I added these beams in now? How good does it make it look? We've got the sky beams there at the back behind the ride, and then down here at the front we put that truss in with the moving heads on. Blimey, here we go. Shut your eyes if you get dizzy. Here we are on the breakdance. Love a good Huss breakdance. What's the best one that you've been on? Comment down below. It's got to be one in the Netherlands for me that I really enjoyed. That was really good. And I'd love to get on some more of them, some of these breakdances. They are awesome, aren't they? One of my favourite fairground rides. And there we are, a nice overview of the town fair themed area, the 4 flat rides, the car ride, the restaurant, the houses, lots of fantastic photo opportunities for guests, and of course more rides to enjoy in what is the biggest area in the park. But there we go. Thank you very much for joining me for episode 8 of Let's Play Planet Coaster Christmas Wonderland here on Theme Park Worldwide, and I'll be back next Wednesday with another episode. Thanks for joining me, Merry Christmas, and that leaves me with one final thing to say: get out there and keep on riding. See you next week.